Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt and you're joining me for day one of Christmas in July. I'm so happy that you're here with me this week. Every day this week there's going to be a different video on my channel showing you different planner supplies I've obtained recently that I just love, and I'm going to show you how I plan and organize my life. Some of the things I'm going to show you are more physical products like this Passion Planner journal, and some of the things I'm going to show you are digital products. There will be links for everything that I use in the description below. Some of them are affiliate links, but a lot of it isn't. They're just things that I love that I want to show you and share with you. Some of the links are things of, especially the digital products, the things that I've created myself. So let's just dive on in for day one. I'm showing you my Passion Planner. This is the bullet journal. I have used the Passion Planner daily journal before. I've used the weekly one as well, and I decided to get this brand new one. That teal one you just saw was one from Amazon, super cheap and affordable, but one of my absolute favorite journals, and it was my first bullet journal. I didn't want to invest a ton of money in it, and I think it's like $10. It might even be like $6.99. I'll link it below for you. I just wanted to get some inspiration, and so now I'm filling in the front page. A big smile and a thank you would be your reward if you were to find this journal. So I was just thinking that I would use this Passion Planner bullet journal to, express myself. Any ideas that I want to have flowing through my head, any art projects I want to do, I thought it would be a really cool thing to put in here. So I think I just put in the description. I can't read it because the recording symbol was over it, but the most beautiful story that I could think of for my life, just sort of documenting what that might be. And so you could see I have like watercolors out. I have oil pastel. You'll have to wait and see in this video to see what I actually end up using. But I start out thinking I'm always very, very inspired by quotes. And I found this wonderful book. It's called The Daily Joy. It's actually by National Geographic. I will link to that below as well. I saw it when I went to get a massage at a local spa, and it really inspired me because every day has a different quote, and I am definitely a quote person. So I ended up picking, I think it's like 3 or 4 quotes on here, and I figured this first spread, I would just have, I'd leave room for more quotes so that I could add them as I found time and found quotes that inspired me that I really, really love. Highly recommend this book. It's a book that I've ended up picking up every morning to just sort of start my day like a daily mantra. So I'm thinking about creating a digital planner spread where I have room for a daily joy, whether or not I fill it in automatically or I leave space for finding one that inspires me. But what I think is really cool about this book is that there's one for each date. So you don't have to think, you just flip to today's date and you find a brand new quote. So the first quote I picked is, "It's the ability to choose which makes us human," which I think is very timely for our world. And then, "Out of clutter finds simplicity" by Albert Einstein. So I'm just really loving this book, and you can see it's got really beautiful photographs as well. So just another really nice, almost coffee table book I would highly recommend. All right, so I finished up my quotes. The last one I picked is, "If you always do what interests you, at least one person will be pleased," by Katharine Hepburn. I think it's just a good reminder that it doesn't really matter what everybody else likes or what everybody else thinks is the right thing to do. It just matters what you think at the end of the day. And that made me think about art. So I follow some bullet journalers on YouTube, and I don't really ever see anybody doing art. There's one really nice channel, and I'll link her below. She's called The Plant-Based Bride, and she does legit art in her bullet journal. And I think it's cool that everybody has a different style. Some of my spreads are more functional, meaning they're just, bullet points of what I need today, which is more of the traditional bullet journal style. Plant-Based Bride does more art, and it takes her hours to create these spreads. And so I kind of like somewhere in the middle, or just being able to pick what do I need today? Is this week something where I don't have that much time and I need to be more functional? Or, do I have a little bit more time, or is it that I'm needing the creativity in my life? So I'm definitely a creative person. I've always been into art. I've created different spreads for my school, like yearbook covers, and I've drawn just like all the time in my, when I'm trying to think or work a thought out, drawing really helps me process. And so I'll draw and sketch when I'm like listening on the phone or when I'm in meetings. And sometimes I just feel like I don't get to it enough now that I have children and a very full life. So I thought I'm definitely going to try to get back to it. So these are oil pastel. They're basically like crayons, except for they're very blendable. I don't know what the right quote unquote way to do this is, but with art, it doesn't really matter. You just do what moves you. So these are like the cheap ones. These are Artist Loft. You can get them at Michael's. I'll see if I can put a link to them in the description below as well for you. Super affordable and really fun, and not a lot of people use them, but they're super easy to create art that I think is very aesthetically pleasing and beautiful. It almost gives like a watercolor look, but like crayons / colored pencil. So one of my favorite mediums. I'm just using my finger to blend, but I'm sure you could use a blending stump or something else. And traditionally, I feel like with oil pastel, you want more pastel than not. And here I'm kind of doing like a minimal thing. So I guess I'm more of like drawing and then blending as I go. So now I've just been going in back with my black oil pastel and adding in some details and outlines to give it a little bit of definition. And honestly, this just fuels my soul to be able to be creative like this and artistic. So I think this journal is a really good idea. And I think to get your mindset right before you hop into like planning the craziness of your day or like all the to-do items that you need to check off your list, resorting to something like art can be really helpful and really therapeutic to get your mind right. So I'd like to challenge you this week as we're doing our Christmas in July to find a project that is creative, that fuels your soul and makes you happy and is not just like bullet journaling or straight up planning or to-do lists. Something that really releases that energy and helps you kind of process your emotions and just your life and brings beauty and joy into your life. I'm so excited that you're here for day 1. I can't wait to see you in the next video for day 2 for Christmas in July. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to comment below and let me know that you watched and your favorite thing about this video, because I'll be entering you all into a drawing for the end of the week. Take care, everybody, and have a good one.